Hey everybody, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online. This is Fate, and we're going to be continuing the Dungeon Duty Finder that we have been doing thus far with our quest line. I know I've been trying to get these more often as I can. I've just been slightly a little bit more busier than I anticipated, so I do want to apologize for that. And of course, we've been doing Fallout 76, which is an amazing game, but we need to get back to our roots, which is my root, where I really started enjoying more RPGs with Final Fantasy Online. 14 online to be precise. Final Fantasy being one of my personal favorite series in the RPG world, along with all the other ones. But yeah, so let's just get right into it, guys. So yeah, back to Final Fantasy Online. So the next dungeon finder that we are doing will be the Stone Vigil, which is one of my personal favorite ones. Let's see. Description. One of our four watchtowers built along the Sea of Clouds by the city-state of Ishgard, the Stone Vigil was overrun and occupied by the Draven Horde not long after the calamity. The following years, oh jeez, the following years have seen the Knights House of Durna make several attempts at reclaiming, but to no avail. What could it be that thwarts their every effort? Yeah, so this one is a very good dungeon, but I'm gonna let you guys watch the intro real quick so you guys can see it. I wonder if any of y'all got spooked by that little intro there. But yes, this is my personal favorite dungeon. I absolutely love this dungeon run. The way it's laid out, the way you can fight with this, it's loads of fun. You're able to test your abilities as a tank, of course, using all your abilities fighting these people thus far. But yeah, this dungeon is one of my personal favorite dungeons. I love it. The way the layout is set up, the way you're able to use your abilities in retrospect with everyone else's, and just the layout of it, it's just really well done. Which I'm messing up here. Actually dragged my skill by accident. Yeah, this dungeon is awesome. I love the layout. It's not too overbearing to the fact where you can't, like, you're not overrun and rushed by enemies. But at the same time, it tests you and makes you appreciate your skills and your setups. But yeah, it's just, and the layout's pretty good too. It's not confusing. Be careful with that dragon there. He does kind of pop out. It's actually one of the bosses later on. So the way they laid it out, it's not overbearing. It's not confusing. It's just very nicely done, and I love it. I love this dungeon run. Someone attacking me over here? Oh, you bastard! This guy over here hitting me from the back. Yeah, so this dungeon is one of my personal favorites. And in this dungeon is actually something that I've been trying to get for some time, which is the Braveheart Sword. The Braveheart Sword is basically a Dark Knight weapon, and it's been one that I did see early on. I'm just gonna replenish my mana here. It's a weapon I saw early on, but I was never able to get it because at the time I was actually a paladin. I was not a Dark Knight at the time, so I wasn't able to get it. And I'm getting kind of overrun here. I wasn't able to get it because I wasn't anticipating that I would be a Dark Knight until I found out how cool Dark Knights were. Oh yeah. This guy needs to chill. So yeah, so I've been trying to get this weapon for a little while. I haven't had much luck doing it. But, we'll get it. So yeah, so I just hope you guys enjoy it. You can see I'm already starting out really strong. Not really so much strong, but like I'm really getting in there, rushing into it. So, yeah. I love this dungeon. I can't say enough how much I love it. It's just really fun to, and I hope you guys enjoy watching me go through this dungeon. And I think it's another the fact that it is filled with dragons, and I'm kind of I kind of like dragons quite a bit. You know, Bahamut and all them, legendary dragon kings and stuff. Yeah, it's just a cool game. Yeah, so basically what you want to do when you are fighting, especially in this dungeon, this one mainly focuses on crowd control and directional facing of your enemies. So just make sure you have them facing towards you at all times. You know, making sure you're holding your aggro meter at full capacity. And of course, watching your mana, because I do use my mana a little bit more often in this run. As you can see, mine's staying gradually low. Versus other dungeons where I have them. Oh, run! Ah! Yeah, that dude pops up all the time. Forget about him. He's actually one of the bosses. I think it's the second boss you fight. Yeah. So, you know, as usual, just make sure you have, control of your enemies. Have them facing towards you, and make sure you have your aggro meter full. And just basically control the flow of the dungeon, basically. Not really much else to say about it. So this is gonna be the first boss, Chudo Yudo. Forgive me if I mispronounced that. So this guy's pretty simple. He only has one directional facing ability. So basically, just get him and face him into this corner over here. That's what I like to do personally. And you just basically just control him the whole fight. He's not very difficult, so you don't have to worry too much. So he does have basic, attacks. Nothing too crazy. So he does face away, and then he's gonna have a directional attack, which basically you just want to stay away from. So he does that. It's called Mind's Breath, I think it's what it's called. No, that's not Mind's Breath. It's a skill, and it doesn't indicate where it faces, but it does just come straight out of his mouth. So wherever you're standing, just as long as you're not standing in direct line of his face, then you should be fine. We do have one new ability, since we are a higher level now, which is called Dark Mind. And Dark Mind basically reduces the amount of magical damage that you take in by percentage. So here's his second attack, so just face away from him. So he does that a couple times, but after the second one, you should be able to take him down fairly quickly. Yeah, so Dark Mind basically just reduces the amount of magical damage you take in, elemental based attacks and whatnot. So, alright, so that was the first dungeon, the dungeon boss. And he does drop, let's see, I think it's Mithril Plating Legs, Gauntlets, so it's pretty good tank armor. So if you guys are interested in getting that, that's one of the items he does drop. So I think it's to the right? I'm gonna say to the right, I forgot. Yeah, it's this way, so. Oh no, this one's just a dungeon room. I mean dungeon room, loot room. Ah, damn it. So this is one of the loot rooms you can get, which I'll basically show you right now since I accidentally went into it. That was kind of my mistake. Suit of black scale armor. What it dropped. I think that's a. Oh, it's just a basic. Oh wait, he dropped something else. What did it drop? Oh look, Marauder. So it does drop a Marauder weapon in this room. In case you guys are interested in that. Let's get up here and run. Kind of botched that. Completely messed that up there. Now I would run into the other room, but since we did get hit with that dragon breath, I'm not going to, because that'll. I mean, not saying I can't do it, but it's just better play it safe. Alright, so we got that one down. So let's go ahead and grab this guy. Grab him. Got this guy. Gonna stun him. Run over here. Cast Dark Passenger. Add my skill buffs. Use that. Gonna face away from here. So that was kind of a lot thrown out there. Kind of risky, but you know, payoff is good. Okay, I'm gonna get these guys. There we go. Just to be safe. Alright, so I kind of just jumped in there, but I knew what I was doing. If you feel comfortable doing it, I recommend, you know, flying in there. If you know you're gonna win. If you're questioning like, I don't know, then don't do it, because you're gonna wipe. Everyone's gonna be upset. It's gonna suck. Just be comfortable with what you're doing, depending on what you're playing as. You know, I'm just showing you the tank way to do it. At least the Dark Knight perspective-wise. Oh. Side here. Now I do cast the second combination skills, but the only reason I'm doing that is because I already got full aggro control. Which, if you're Dark Knight, if you have full control, I recommend using your Siphon Strike and your Soul Eater just to have a little bit more sustainability. Oh, this guy. Yeah, this guy pops in from time to time. Just for a little bit more sustainability. You know, just to make sure, you know, you have comfortable amount of mana, comfortable amount of HP. So this part spawns, I don't know if it's this part. Is it this part? There we go. It spawns these guys, which is Ice Spirits. This one I do use Dark Mind on, and I'm gonna walk this way and cast Dark Passenger through them. So those Ice Spirits are elemental, so that's the reason I use Dark Mind, for that reason only. Because Dark Mind basically reduces the amount of magical damage you take in, and these are basically magical beams. So Dark Mind works really well against them. And I think Paladin has something similar to that one. Reducing the amount of magical damage you can take. I don't remember what it is called, but I can't tell you. I may do a Paladin video after this Dark Knight one. This Paladin is really fun too. Basically, the difference between them that I've seen so far, a Paladin is more of a single targeting style tank class versus Dark Knight's more, you know, area of effect tanking. But Paladin does have a slight advantage on damage reduction, but Dark Knight has a lot more resistance abilities. You know, reduce the amount of damage you take in from elements and stuff. So it all depends on your style of playing. I personally like Dark Knight just because I'm more of a two-handed person kind of guy when I play these guys. But that's my personal take on it. So, however you want to choose, you know, Paladin is quite, you know, it's quite good. So, alright, so with this guy, you basically want to pull him all the way to this corner over here. That's basically what you want to do. Basically want to pull him all the way over here. Get him facing away from your enemies, from your team. Only because those guys need to use those cannons over there in the corner to ward off a dragon that flies around. So just get this guy facing to the corner, you'll be good. He does cast like a whirlwind effect, and you don't have to worry about it. As long as it doesn't spawn on top of you. If it spawns on top of you, then, yo, by all means, run. You know, but aside from that, he's not that hard. He's pretty straightforward. You should just whittle him down. So he does cast that Typhoon, so just be mindful of where he spawns. You see that dragon in the corner? Like, basically your party basically has to run over there and shoot him down. Oh, somebody died. Yeah, so if you stand in that typhoon, that's basically what's gonna happen to you. You're gonna get freaking slaughtered real quick. That typhoon does do like a large amount of damage. And that's basically it for that one. So let's see what he drops. So he drops some good armor. Yeah, he's dropping basically. This dungeon is basically he's dropping a lot of tank stuff this round. So I'm hoping, praying that it drops Braveheart, because that'll be awesome. Because then I can transmute it, my weapon, to make it look like Braveheart, which is really cool for me. These guys are quite troublesome. And they do quite a bit of damage too, which is crazy. But stuns do work on them, so if you see them start charging up that area effect skill, you can always stun them to stop them in their tracks. So this hallway has more sprites, of course. But I'm going to grab this guy while I'm at it. I start mine, get my buff on. I'm taking quite a bit of damage, so I'm going to switch up my skill set. Oh. There we go. So I took care of those guys. So they're going to spawn right here again for a second time. And somehow this dragon spotted me from behind the wall. How that happened, I don't know. You got wall hacks on? Seriously. No idea how that happened, man. Gonna stun him again. Pass out. Soul Eater skills. Guys quite quickly. Awesome, awesome. Alright, so there's 3 dragons here, which kind of sucks. It's all good. That's that. I'm gonna huddle them over here in this corner. This is gonna suck. Stun this guy. There we go. Alright, that went really good. Awesome. They're really strong, but they don't have a lot of HP. So it's always good. So open that gate, and this is the final boss. This is the one that drops Braveheart. Hopefully he doesn't. Alright, so this guy does have a lot of area effect skills as well. So it doesn't particularly matter too much where you face him, as long as you're facing him away from your team. In retrospect. So, and he does do a lot of element damage, so Dark Line's gonna work quite well against him. Yeah, but you basically want to have him facing away from your team. So he's going to jump in the air and just basically, so he's going to do that and just get away from it. He kind of does his leg sweep. And then he's going to jump right on top of you. Like that. Yeah, that was weird. I was inside him. Okay. So he lands right on top of you. cast that breath attack, which make sure that faces towards you and not your team, because that does quite a bit of damage against your teammates if they get hit by it, which is really sick. So he's gonna start casting those area effect pod skills, basically like ice attacks. So, and that one's random, but if you see it fall on top of you, just make sure that you're not facing directly at him. I'm sorry, you're not standing directly on top of it. I apologize, said that wrong. So he's gonna jump in the air a second time. Now this time he's gonna be doing a lot more of those area attacks. He's gonna start dropping these down, and those stay on the field for quite some time. So just be mindful of where you're standing and where he's going, like that. So the second one's over there. Get out of the way, guys! Oh my god! Oh, he got hit. I'm landing right on top of him again. I'll pull him over here. Keeping him in the corner is a good idea. It'll keep him away from your enemy, from your teammates. So he's getting close to the end, and at the end he basically just starts like spamming his area dive skill and those area pod skills with the big circles. So he's about to start spamming that here in a second. Oh, unless our team basically kills him before he dies. He doesn't. Copy of Ars Nostraria has been added to the list. Nice. Yeah. And that's that dungeon. It's quite swift, as long as everyone's on the same page of what you're doing. And yeah, that actually went really smooth. I'm actually quite happy with that. Now, I'm guessing that since I'm seeing that he didn't drop Braveheart. No, dropped the arm. Dang it. Oh well, we tried. But anyways, so that was the Stone Vigil, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, it's not as long as the other dungeons, only because I actually done it quite often, and you know, being one of my personal favorites. I do really enjoy this dungeon run quite a bit, and we did level up, so we're level 57 now. So everything, all our stats have went up, and yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed it thus far, and what we've done. So the next dungeon that we will be doing in the future, which will be Desmo Darkhold. That's another one that's pretty good too. Not as good as Stone Vigil though, but you know, what can you do? Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and of course, as always, I'll see you guys in my next one.